Well, hello everybody, and welcome to Backyard Big Sky, the first ever virtual fundraiser for the Vashon-Maury Island Land Trust. There are ravens and crows and wind. It's so exciting. We're in the wild. I'm Kevin Joyce.
And I am Martha Ensign. We're in Joy Productions. And you can't see this because all you're seeing is us without our masks on, which is okay because we are married, so we can be close. But everybody else is socially distanced with cables running everywhere outside in this beautiful field on Vashon Island. We would like to start by acknowledging that we're standing on the land of the coastal Salish people. And in addition, we're right next to Matsuda Farm, which was owned by the Matsuda family and farmed for strawberries until 1940, when they were removed as part of the internment of Japanese Americans in World War II. They came back, they've continued to farm the land, and they deeded it to the Vashon Land Trust in 2015. It was the last farm on the island farmed by a Japanese American family, or owned by one, and we'll tell you more about that in a little while.
So these are socially distanced time. That's why we can't be together. Very strange, very challenging times. We would so rather be with you all in a tent over there, all of our friends, all of you with your friends, and as relatively safe and grateful as we all may feel to live on Vashon right now and be sheltering in place in this beautiful, beautiful island. We also want to take a moment at the beginning to acknowledge the isolation, the difficulty, the suffering that so many people are experiencing in this time, and to say that our hearts and our love go out to everyone who is experiencing loss and hardship during the pandemic or the times of social unrest. We really hope that this program, with the sounds and the wind and all of it, will provide both some vision and some hope for the sustainability and the resilience both of our community and our society at large. I know it's a big calling, but we're up to it.
So in the next 30 minutes, we're going to take you to some amazing places on this island, magically, and we're going to talk to you about the work that the Land Trust does in preserving and protecting and making available to islanders parts of Vashon-Maury Island that we might not have otherwise. And yes, we are going to ask you to donate to the cause. And we have a big surprise, which is...
I don't know what the surprise is, you do, but we're not supposed to reveal it till later. And we want to be sure that all of you are comfortable and that you're excited and that you're libated with adult beverages or non-adult beverages, and that you are set up to see us, which you can if you're seeing this. It's a tautology somehow, but we have the live stream right over here in the chat.
Yeah.
So we
invite you to chat with each other.
We can see you
right into the screen, and we can see it, and we'll be able to respond to you later and say hi. Tell us you're here. That's been really fun to see people writing in to say they're here. And we're going to use the chat box for the pledge later on, so you'll get a chance to play with it real time.
So wait, how does that work, you say? Well, here is the brief but critical housekeeping. The chat is just going to be used for essentially the same way we raise our hand to show that we're excited, and you can do it when we get to that point. But you may have also received in the mail or given to you by someone an envelope with a pledge card in it that you can use to send in a check, or you can use to send in your credit card number, or you could go right online to donate. The moment we're going to talk to you about what we're raising money for is coming later, but you needed to know all those things about how the fundraising will happen.
That's not the exciting part, but it's critical. But now, we always start this event with a song, and we're not going to let any darn pandemic get in our way of having some fun.
It's a little bit funny not doing this live. We're stuck at home with our families, which we frankly might not survive.
Hey.
We love them so much, but this is the best thing we can do. To come out for the Land Trust with other stuck-at-home people like you. And you can tell everybody tonight you gave from the heart. And you gave like 3 times more than you thought you would at the start. I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, and I hope you'll agree. The Land Trust deserves our support, and we all deserve a party. That's what I hope this is a party for all of you.
You all deserve a party. We're having a party out here in the sunshine. It's super beautiful out. There are a lot of people who support the Land Trust and make the work that they do possible. You all, for example, but also the sponsors of this event. And we want to take a minute to thank the sponsors. So, in no particular order, Leslie Ferriel from John L. Scott, thank you.
Mary Margaret Briggs at Windermere.
Heidi Grimsley from John L. Scott.
Macrina Bakery.
Fernhorn Bakery.
Andrew Will Winery.
And Vashon Events. We thank you for your support of the Vashon-Maury Island Land Trust. And now, it is our great pleasure to introduce to you the Executive Director of Vashon-Maury Island Land Trust. The Land Trust was founded 30 years ago in 1990.
Same year we moved here.
Same year we got married.
Wow.
In that time, it has conserved 2,200 acres. I can't even believe the number. 2,200 acres of land in 260 parcels. And it has raised $87 million to do that work.
Gobsmacking. And at the helm of this astonishing venture for 17 years as of August 10th is Mr. Tom Dean, and almost all of the conservation and the fundraising that we just mentioned happened under his leadership, including key projects like
Island Center Forest
and Rob's Lagoon
and Docton Forest Glacier Site
and the very Matsuda Farm that we are standing next to
and Frog Holler Forest.
Best name of a piece of land ever. And now over to you, Tom Dean.
Thank you, Kevin and Martha, and thank you all for joining us tonight. This event is a celebration of a beautiful island. I'm grateful to be sheltering here, and I hope that you are too. I want to acknowledge that I'm talking to you with my feet on indigenous soil, the historic homelands of the Puyallup people. We are grateful for the voices of Native teachers who remind us each and every day how important it is to take care of the earth, to feel connected to the earth, and to appreciate how water and soil and sun are life itself. At the Land Trust, we've been having many conversations about the organization, about our structures, and our culture, and our relationships in the community. Our conversations with you will lead to ideas, and those ideas will lead to change. At the same time, we will continue our work to conserve and steward land. That will not change. But the pandemic has revealed to us some deeper truths about our work. Before the pandemic, we knew that walking a forest trail or along a beach was good for your mental and your physical health. Now we know that being outside, with lots of air flowing around you, is one of the safest places to be. In this moment, being safe means keeping others safe, and being healthy means that you have the strength to help others. One of the goals for Matsuda Farm that we established 3 years ago was to hold up the story of the Matsuda family and other island families being unjustly sent to concentration camps during World War II. We knew that history was important and needed to be kept alive. We feel it more deeply now. Food security is also on that list of goals for Matsuda Farm. It seemed like a distant need that would be driven by climate change over time. Now, with the crisis that is hitting those in need the hardest, it does not seem quite so distant. As I look back on those decisions to expand our programs, I'm struck by the feeling that none of it was particularly visionary. Indigenous people consistently teach the power and necessity of human connection to nature and our connections to each other. We know this community supports the work of the Land Trust. You have proven it again and again. You are the reason that we can move forward with this work in uncertain times. I thank you for your vision and for your support. I hope you take good care of yourself. I hope you can care for others, and I hope you enjoy the rest of this show. Thanks, Kevin and Martha.
Thanks, Tom.
That was awesome.
So awesome. I'm sitting here while Tom's saying such beautiful things, and I'm looking at our chat stream, and I'm like blown away by how many people are watching this. There's greetings from Amy Carey and Jen Williams and Annie Roberts and Art Hodgins, and Biondo is on here, and there's a total fabulous gathering of like Dana and Catherine and Wally and
You can all see
Jeff
each other
and
too.
Carrie and
say hi to each other. And
Mike Tracy, and just so many people are on here, and it's so great to see you all and have you be part of this. So why are we here tonight?
Indeed.
Indeed. The Land Trust and its board of directors have really big goals of how to protect our island, which is really awesome by me. The money raised this evening is going to fund two major projects. One, we keep pointing this way because we're standing just to the north of Matsuda Farm, and one goal is to raise money in order to expand the operations there and stabilize the farm's role in food stability on the island, which is so critical right now. And the other is the creation of a new section of the Judd Creek Loop Trail, which is coming right up. We'll tell you more about it in a minute.
So, many of you know exactly where Matsuda Farm is, but let's take a moment and follow Tom's garden-gloved pointing finger to locate it right in the center of the island. As sun-drenched as you can get on Vashon, you can access it from the north side of the K2 site or from Cemetery Road. It is a beautiful spot if you've never been there, consisting of a hayfield and a farm complete with fencing, irrigation, hoop houses, and a pump. You had a cool conversation with Caitlin.
I did, and we got it on video, so I think
Let's
that's
go
coming
there
up.
now.
Boom. All right, here we are. Number 2, we're out on Matsuda Farm, and I'm still Martha Ensign, and I'm with Caitlin Ames, who's the farm manager here. And this is one of the most beautiful places on the island, and that's saying a lot. And Caitlin, can you talk about why this whole thing is referred to as a community farm?
Yeah, we think of Matsuda as a community farm because we're trying to give back to the community through the work that we do. The Vashon Land Trust is a nonprofit, and instead of just building a small business, this is a self-sustaining project, or aiming to be a self-sustaining project.
So who are the partners that you're like reaching out with?
We work with the Garden Club, the school district, the food bank, I guess through VEGA, the Food Access Partnership, and Vashon Youth and Family Services, the Vashon Seed Project.
This is a lot. So volunteering this summer has been good?
Volunteering, I mean, since March has been huge. After the shelter-in-place order, people started coming here and were able to work outside far enough apart from each other and still get a lot done. Yeah. That has just been unbelievable and fun.
So really fun. It's fun. So fun here. And talk a little bit about the no-till gardening. Like that's a whole farming. Sorry, that's a whole piece that I didn't know about when I started, or I wasn't really aware of. Like Broad Fork. I've seen one. What is it?
Yeah. We decided that we wanted to transition to no-till in order to support the idea of regenerative agriculture, giving back into the soil more than we're taking away, not just sustaining something. And that deals with learning more about what's going on underneath the soil, allowing that to function at its own optimum so that the plants that we put in the ground are able to grow optimally.
And it's sequestering carbon, and it's allowing the anaerobic and aerobic microbes to work away down in there and make the soil really healthy. It's such a really conservationist approach. All of this just kind of happens by itself, right? No effort, no money.
It always makes me laugh when you say that. We do get a lot of time inputs here from volunteers, but it does cost money to farm, and I'm a paid employee at the Land Trust, and in order to continue employing people and buying all the things that are required in order to make the farm run, we do rely on financial input from the community, and that means a lot.
That means you. That would be the call for help. We need your help. We do. The Vashon Land Trust is doing amazing work on this island in so many ways, and it's your island, so you get to make this happen. Over and out.
That was cool. How'd you get back here so fast?
Magic. I love that farm. That farm is magic. It's this incredible combination of like crazy growing things in total precision order. Like Caitlin's out there with a measuring tape. It's so beautiful. And it's feeding so many people. This huge, we went and harvested this morning and just like tons of vegetables coming in. You can volunteer if you want to go and help out to feed our island by going to vashonresilience.org/farm volunteer. There's a sign up list. You can just fill in the shifts. They'll tell you what to do. You can go help.
That's again, vashonresilience.org/farm volunteer.
Okay, so now where are we going next?
Oh,
yeah. We're not going to tell you where we're going next. We're going to let you guess where we're going next.
Because it is actually so much fun to try and find all of the land trust trails, because Abel and company just can't help themselves from making more and more beautiful trails all over this island.
Thank you.
We're going to take
for the
you to
trails.
one right now, and we'll give you the hint. The trail's an easy 1 mile loop. It winds through various habitats, and the additional hint is birders bring your binoculars. So much to see, like there was anywhere. Do you
That's
know
funny. I thought it was...
where this is? This is fun running with you, but you're actually kind of fast.
You're kind of fast.
You know, I don't actually know where that path, what is this path? I don't even know it.
Oh, you don't run here?
Oh yeah, no I do. I just do it at night.
This is the Judd Creek Trail loop.
Oh, hi. Yeah, this is Judd Creek
It's about
Trail.
a mile around. Maybe you've run it or not.
Yeah, and from here we walk home on the road, right?
Well, right now we have to go home on the road, but Abel is cutting a trail that's going to go up across the road, up onto the ridge of Paradise Ridge, down Paradise Ridge to 204th, and then you cross 204th and you connect up to the Nishaw Trail.
Right, but up there there's a thing,
A perched wetland.
I know, it's a super fancy term.
It is.
You know any other ones?
Cardiac catheterization.
Does the land trust do that?
God, I hope not.
But they do make paths. What else do they do?
They do. They plant trees
They
to sequester carbon.
they restore salmon habitat.
Yeah. Oh, there's little ones in the river right now. They're like this big.
They clean up after dirty, nasty humans.
And they make trails that we can run on
and they
all
also
winter.
make those things.
And bridges, beautiful bridges.
They're called bridges. I knew
So
that was a
beautiful. Yeah.
term. And now we gotta go home.
Yep. I'll race you. That is the new Judd Creek Loop Trail.
New section.
And it's going to go up and across Paradise Ridge, down the ridge, and then connect up with the Nishaw property. And if we're lucky, eventually a person will be able to walk from the north to the south end of the island without ever walking off land trust land.
Or just swing through the trees without touching the ground. Those are the two pieces, that new Judd Creek Trail and Matsuda Farm, that we're raising money for.
Okay, so now it's time to tell you about the big surprise, the big reveal, the big Lebowski. And I think I'm going to just let Kevin and Tom show you where this is.
Oh, you're right. I have to go get changed. Tom, man, I gotta say, wow.
It's a pretty nice piece, huh, Kevin?
It is one of the most beautiful pieces I've seen on the island.
On which island?
Oh, right. Where are we?
We're right at the top of Maury Island, smack between Maury Marine Park and Doctrine Forest.
And I guess it would be safe to say this constitutes a very big announcement. What is it?
There's a keystone piece right here. There's 4 parcels, and King County just closed on 1 parcel with the agreement to buy the other 3 next year.
How long has the Land Trust been working on this project?
First letter I sent to the landowner was in 2011. I had a meeting with a board member who knew him, and then I brought in my county partner to work on the negotiation for another 9 years after that.
So that is one of the key things that the Land Trust does. How exactly do you do what you need to do to make the funding secured?
Well, there's a lot of, sort of application process, but a lot of it is about relationship, working with the Citizens Committee, trying to convince them that what we're doing here is important, working with high-level officials in King County, sometimes even bringing them out to see it on the ground, because, as you said, it's beautiful and you can feel it when you're here.
Creating the longest trail on the island, connecting 2 of our critical parks, kind of the Land Trust as advocate, lobbyist, fundraiser, convener, connector.
That's a perfect way to put it.
Okay, and that's where you come in, because we need the funding to continue to do this work to secure the other 3 parcels.
It's our donors who really drive this work by supporting the Land Trust year after year after year.
It's what makes this organization such a key part of the beauty and community on this island. Would you say?
Cool.
Nice. So, once again, let's identify where we were. As Tom said, the property is on remote Maury Island, the far unexplored reaches of these isthmus-connected islands of Vashon and Maury. It is 4 contiguous pieces of land, 4 parcels that will connect Maury Island Marine Park and Docton Park and Forest.
So many parts of this island that we know well, that are inland trust lands, that are just beautiful. Okay, the time has come, the walrus said, to support the land trust. And so we're moving into what we are calling the honor system part of this event. You are going to pledge into the chat box, and we are going to tell you when. So what's going to happen is, well, let me just say this first. At the beginning of this event, we said there's these 2 major foci for this night's fundraising. One is Matsuda Farm, and the other is the trail system.
And the Land Trust actually does so much work behind the scenes trying to lay the groundwork for this conservation. And of course, this is building and maintaining relationships with King County. That's critical. They're providing a great deal of the funding. So the long-term vision for the Judd Creek Trail is to run from Quartermaster to the Island Center Forest.
We're looking at sustainable ecosystems, modeling wildlife preservation, carbon sequestration through tree planting, and safe drinking water on our single source aquifer. And of course, keeping us all sane and connected during these crazy times.
So the preamble now to this moment where we're going to ask you to raise your hand and pledge. You're not doing the actual transaction right now, but we're trying to raise some enthusiasm and see each other making these great commitments. This is how it works. Go to the chat bar where you've been on the YouTube screen, and when you hear the dollar amount that you want to donate, that you will donate after this program's over through the cards or the calls, say, I'm in for $5,000, or I'm in for $500, I'm in for $250,
I'm in for $50,000.
$1 million.
Come on.
And of course, you can always give anonymously.
Okay, and this event is going to be open now through 8 p.m. on Tuesday. So you can give tonight. You're going to pledge tonight. You can fill out your checks, put them in the envelopes, and get them ready to mail tomorrow. You can keep the chat invitation open and send it to your friends, the website invitation, and get them to watch it and get them to pledge. We have keeping it open until 8 p.m. on Saturday the 8th.
Okay, here we're going to go.
Tuesday, Saturday the 8th.
We're going to go through the levels.
Okay.
We're going to tell you what wonderful supporters like you can, how you can help with your donations. $5,000, a $5,000 gift will hire a summer intern at Matsuda Farm, and that's where all that incredible work happens. So listen to these dollar amounts and then write in the chat box, I'm in for 5 or 2.5 or whatever it is. $2,500, this is what it does. It buys wood for a bridge to create a bridge across Judd Creek.
Like that beautiful bridge in the video that we saw.
Exactly.
We have island water everywhere.
We have incredible staff and incredible volunteers, but materials have to be bought to make those structures that make the trails so amazing. A $1,000 gift right now will buy 20 yards of manure for Matsuda Farm. And Pat and Ellen Call just gave $1,000, so they just bought 20 yards of manure. Would you like it at your house, or can we take it over at Matsuda Farm? That's what $1,000 will do. As an example, $500 as an example will buy 1,500 tree seedlings. So what we're asking you to do now is go on and say, I'm in for $5,000. I'm in for $2,500. I'm in. That's the part where we're raising
this is your
our
pledging
hands.
moment.
The pledging moment, what'd you call it? The honor
witching
system,
hour.
right? Exactly. $250, just as an example, buys a string trimmer for trail maintenance, the equipment that has to be made and repurchased and maintained, all that work that is done so day in and day out. $100 will pay for a recording fee for a trail easement at King County. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, because every single donation makes a massive, massive difference, $50 will buy 5 trailhead signs. And that seems like a screaming deal.
I have gotten so lost in Docton so many times, and the signs are almost the only way to get home to your car. So they're critical. If you want to give $50, we will be super grateful, those who run in the woods.
Check it out. Mike Tracy's in for $1,000.
John T. in for $500. This is really fun.
Kathy Sarkowski, thank you so much.
$2,500.
How fantastic.
So this is how it works. We can call your name out. You can pledge anonymously, but we're seeing the pledges starting to come in.
Thank you
Linda
guys
Creighton,
so much.
$500. Thank you.
Just let us know.
It's going to make us such a huge difference.
You heard
Jane Piston,
all the incredible work.
$250.
$5,000 will hire an intern. That's real staff hours pulling
Clara's
weeds.
doing it right now, and Caitlin is so supported by having an intern. It's so much to run that farm.
Thank you, Art Hodgins, for $500.
Lynn Davison, $1,000. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick Wallace and Karen, for $1,000. Wonderful
Charlotte
job.
Stewart, $500 donation. Yay!
I don't live on the island, but I will donate $250 because this is important work. Catherine Lord.
That's
Thank you so
incredible.
very much.
That's so beautiful.
Thank you, being in for $50. Thank you, Elizabeth.
CNN Azelle for $250.
You guys are doing fantastic
Scott Hudson,
work.
Miranda and I are in for $1,000.
That's fantastic, you guys. This is going to be
really
open.
amazing.
This is why we're doing. We weren't sure this was going to work, but man, it really is working. It's incredible.
beautiful.
All the things that we mentioned before are sort of the indicators of the terrains that the hard raised dollars go for with the staff and the volunteers and the behind the scenes work and the advocation and the
$1,500 from Danette and Catherine.
Thank you so-
$250 from Dennis and Karen.
$500 from
Eugene
Eugene
Carlson.
Carlson. Thank you so much.
Charlie and Lenora are in for $5,000.
Yes!
Yes!
Way to go, you guys.
That's amazing. Their
Thank you.
llama sneezed on me the other day.
That's good luck.
Yeah, I think so.
It's super, super good luck.
Michael List, $200. Fran Lyons, $1,500.
You're buying the
This
wood
is
that
really
makes
thrilling.
the bridges. You are buying even
Jeff
more
and Carrie
manure.
are in for $1,000.
Keep going, Martha. You're making
Jim
seedlings.
and Brenda pledge $5,000.
Salmon habitat, ladies and gentlemen.
Jane Neubauer, $100. Yes.
Thank you guys so much. $250 from Jill and Howard. You
Over
guys
at Scott's house, they're having a socially distanced land trust
Amy,
cocktail.
thank
Amy
you.
Carey, $500 for the salmon and orca.
That's right. I love the fact that you guys are making dedicated gifts. You know, nonprofits normally are legally required to say, okay, it's got to go to salmon and orca.
This is
Has to.
super beautiful.
This is great,
And
you
I can
guys.
see the land trust is being tracked right now. Sarah's on the site tracking it, and she's just writing, thank you, thank you, thank you.
Pete and Allison, thank you for your donation.
Lynn Becker, $500.
Thank you guys so much. This is so incredible. Jim and Brenda pledged $5,000. We saw that one already. Jane Neubauer for $100. You guys, this is incredible.
The gifts are sustaining the land trust to sustain caring for our island. It's a beautiful gift to live here, and you guys are amazing.
Pat and Ellen Call just gave another $500. The Atwells made a donation. Thank you guys so much. This is really our
Atwells
island.
are in for $200. Yes.
This is a wonderful way
It's
to
beautiful.
be together. It's very odd, but we are all doing this at the same time, and it is exquisite out here.
Wally and Catherine Arnold just pledged $5,000.
Oh, fantastic. I want to thank
amazing.
the Open Space for being so generous to allow us to film here
Jill and Murray Andrews are in for $500.
adjacent to the
Yeah.
Matsuda farm.
We're on lots of different
And remember,
people's land.
the pledges just keep letting us know that you will now go and on the website or with your envelope send that dollar amount in.
Chad Magnuson and Beth Glennon are in for $500.
We want to
Julie
thank.
Biggs in for $250.
It's just there's a
The
lot of
Runyons
people
are
watching.
in for $250.
There's a lot of people
This
watching.
is so exciting.
Susan and Richard, thank you guys for your donation. It's really amazing.
Phil Royal and Jerry Ann Siebert are in for $200, and we thank you.
Nancy Chamberlain in support of my brother Tom Dean.
And the
He's
incredible
crying.
hikes.
He's crying with his mask and his gloves on right now. Thank you.
Tile design by Edelstein just donated $100, so now people's businesses are jumping in.
All right.
It's a beautiful thing.
We've probably gotten to the end of the crazy enthusiasm that we can express, but not you, because
I think
they
we
keep
need to say,
coming in.
This is going to be open, as I said, till next Saturday at 8 p.m. I might have said Tuesday, I didn't mean it. Next Saturday at 8 p.m. And I would like to remind you that what you're seeing and what you're saying right now on the screen is a pledge.
Daniel Klein and David Pfeiffer are in for $5,000.
Yes, you guys!
Jerry Joe, thank you for your $500 contribution. We are so grateful, Scott Hudson and everybody else.
So what we need to remind you is that you actually have to get your checkbooks out or your credit cards out and make good on your pledges by sending those donations in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like we're going to publicly shame you for having put your name down there or anything like that.
No, we're definitely not. Okay, so, wow, I think it's time for a toast.
Let's do it.
I think we should. So
Oh,
here's
Tom at a social distance. Thank you.
magical wine appearing in our magical hands. This is to you all.
Grab your libation, everybody.
Because first of all, we wish we were with you in person, and we will be again. But we wanted to offer a toast and a blessing to thank you for your support of the Land Trust. And so we're here, and we're all so blessed to live on this island. I think about growing up in New York City and my friends and family who are there now suffering through this pandemic, not being able to go outside. And I'm like, it's an embarrassment of riches. We're so lucky here.
And the gifts keep coming in. You guys can see them. Thank each other. Give each
Steven
other
Silla and Gordon Barnett for $1,000.
$3,000 from Shelley Rorig. I totally
We can't thank you all by
brutalized that
name, but
name.
we thank you all from our hearts.
Here's the toast.
So here's to whether you walk or bike or run through the giant cedars and Doug firs, or walk your dogs on the beaches, or kayak and sail through Vashon's waterways, or just stop on the side of almost any road right now to pick blackberries.
legally.
You are reaping the benefits of this jewel box where we get to live.
And the work.
And the work that is done by the Vashon-Maury Island Land Trust. And we would like to take a moment to raise our glasses with you all to toast to protecting this land and keeping it available for everyone for their health and their joy. May we continue to protect the land for the benefit of all beings.
I knew she was going to cry.
I always
knew
do.
it.
Yeah.
I knew it.
To you.
To you.
To you.
To all of
and
you.
to our fabulous crew tonight who has rocked it so hard.
It's not real wine. That's not legal to do on the air. Goodbye, ladies and gentlemen. Remind you to share this link. Give the website link to your friends through next Saturday.
Make your donations, tell your friends, and thank you for supporting the Land Trust.
We will get through this together. Everybody stay well, stay healthy, stay optimistic. Good night. Holy crap-a-moly, Tom.
Good job, guys.